the same year which, what do you call it? I was matriculating. So 2022, we end the year off. 2023 starts. Everyone is going to school in 2023. So it's January of what do you call this? Of 2023. This is where everyone is going to school.
Yeah.
And everyone is going to university. And I told my mom that I have this dream of basically telling stories and making a movie in a game. I told her that
So
I have
it
this.
didn't make sense.
It didn't make
first.
sense to her.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense to anyone actually. Not just her.
So
To
I
my
wanted to
dad.
ask you a question. How did they feel after you? I get it. Like we met this year, right?
Yeah.
We met this year. I met you at TUT.
Yeah.
We're doing same course, right?
Yeah.
So and then you started deregistering. How did they feel about you deregistering?
I have this dream, yes, but now it seems like everyone is literally going in one path. But now I want to take this path, but nobody's really supporting me. God, what do I do? God speaks to you, man. Hey, that man upstairs, he can speak to you.
Yeah.
That guy. But this is where now everyone is.
When did you start this YouTube thing?
YouTube. I started in.
Hey yo guys, welcome to the Realist Talk podcast. My name is Busiso and I'm with my guest here.
The name is Black Driver.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, known across social media as Black Driver. And yeah, that's pretty much me.
Man, thank you so much for coming, for pulling up today. You know, I didn't expect you, but thank you so much. I know that, YouTube can be very busy. You get to be busy and yeah, man, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure, man. And yeah, just coming here, man, it was, what do you call this? It was a hassle.
You can stand closer, more. Okay. My king.
Just kidding. I'm also not in frame.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm in frame now.
Yeah, you're in frame.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, also getting here was a hassle because I don't do just YouTube, just to,
Oh, is it?
Yeah. What's this? I have Black Driver Films. It's registered. It's a registered company right now.
Yeah.
So I'm the director of Black Driver Films. Then I'm also on social media as Black Driver.
Yeah.
And then we are also on YouTube.
Yeah.
But we're not on YouTube. We're not just there on one channel.
Yeah.
We're actually there. What's this? I actually got monetized on my second channel.
Yeah, I saw your status there.
Yeah.
So, big up, shout out, dog. Shout out.
Thanks, bro.
Shout out.
So it's one of those things whereby Black Driver Films is basically my company, but we run basically what do you call this? I'm the director of photography, editor.
Yeah.
I do pretty much everything.
Yeah, and I once saw your work there. I saw your editing process. I can say you're really working so hard.
Yeah, it's been what do you call it? I've been editing for 5 years now.
Yeah.
But it's self-taught editing. It's not like what do you call this? Y'all who
yeah.
to study.
And your editing is so cool, bro. I always watch your videos. Your editing style, dog, is top notch. I don't wanna lie.
I don't even know what type of editing style I'm using.
Yeah.
I just I've just been learning,
Yeah.
just watch YouTube. Okay, I grab this, I grab that, and then whatever comes.
Yeah.
What do you call this? In my video, then when I have an idea, I just take that idea and then write it on paper.
Yeah.
And then basically write a script. But I call it a script, but it's not script actually. It's dialogue.
Yeah.
So what do you call this? After doing that, I basically go into GTA.
Yeah.
So for the people who don't know, what do you call it? On Black Driver Films, you can search Black Driver Films on YouTube. We have about 56,000 subscribers, if I'm not mistaken. So basically, I just get an idea from my head. Okay, I'll see a car passing by.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll ask myself, what lesson do I want to teach people about this car passing by? Write it down on paper, write dialogue between 2 or 3 characters, and then basically turn that into a story. And then, so basically, let me tell you how this whole thing started.
That's the question that I really wanted to ask you.
I wanted to make a movie with Black Driver Films, what I'm doing now, not how Black Driver Films started.
Yeah.
I'm talking about whatever I'm doing right now. How it started is I wanted to make a movie, but I don't have any film knowledge. I don't have any knowledge in terms of film. All I knew at the time is editing.
Oh,
but
okay.
I still wanted to tell a story. So
Like through, like physically, like where, like,
yeah,
oh, okay.
physically,
Okay.
not what do you call it, in
Yeah.
a game or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
I wanted to tell a story physically,
Mm.
but to record a movie in real life, the type of story I wanted to tell, I could just see already and imagine how much it's going to cost me.
Yeah.
And at that time, I think I was still in high school.
Okay.
I didn't have the money. I didn't have the equipment. I didn't have the team. I didn't have the knowledge to
Yeah.
do all of that. But I still wanted to tell the story. It was not one of those things whereby I'm going to back down on my story just because of the fact that, I don't have all of these things. So what I did is that I had an Xbox
Yeah,
console.
okay.
Everyone has it, Okay, if you're privileged enough, you have it. I bought that Xbox when Black Driver started.
Okay.
Black Driver Films, it didn't start off as Black Driver Films. It started off as Black Driver.
Okay.
Then it was changed to Black Driver Films. I'm talking
Yeah.
about the YouTube channel.
Okay.
So before it changed, I had Black Driver. So Black Driver, I made a video on there.
Yeah.
And basically, it was a nice video, but people wanted a part 2 to the story.
Okay.
So I basically used the game to tell my story. But we were still in a car game called Forza. If you know it, you know it.
Yeah.
But then the problem with Forza is that you don't have, You don't have animations of people,
Okay.
You can't see a character's emotions, you can just hear. So I used my dialogue and the game, merged the two to tell a story. But then you couldn't see the animations. That's
And
where
it's
we-
still captivating, like,
yeah, people were
yeah.
still watching. I'm like, they were still intrigued, even adults, because my audience was never an audience which was less than. I didn't want just kids to watch my audience.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to show my mom my content and say, "Hey, mom, watch this," and she can actually enjoy, not just for her to watch because she wants to support her son. I wanted another adult, if they saw my YouTube video or my episode, for them to actually sit down and watch. So I wanted to do all of that, but with a game like Forza,
Okay.
using the two to merge, merging the two and producing an episode, it was pretty much almost useless because you can't really grow. As much as your story is good, but you can't really grow because people want to see an animation, At some point, that's where we moved on into GTA, but I was still on my Xbox. We recorded, I think, 1 or 2 episodes, I'm not sure. But the problem with that one is that if I have 20 actors, I have 20 people in real life who are going to help me, 20 people with consoles. I have to call them, "Hey, what's up? Come help me record a scene, blah, blah, blah." So that was the problem I was having. Today I have 5 guys who are here to help me. Tomorrow, those 5 guys are not there. I have 2 guys. Tomorrow I have 20 guys.
Oh, yeah,
Tomorrow, so it was never consistent. I couldn't record when I want to.
Yeah.
If I wanted to record right now, it's impossible to record.
So like same thing as like podcasting. You see, like I'm just starting out this podcasting thing,
Yeah.
and obviously as the time goes on, I'm gonna need co-hosts.
Yeah.
Some people who are gonna help me to host the show, but when you want people in a specific day, those people you find that they are not gonna be able to pull up because you'll find that person is telling you that I'm somewhere, I'm busy with stuff like that, and now you have to postpone, and postponing is wasting time. So
that's the very same thing which was happening with me.
Yeah.
So I had to sit down and think, well, how am I gonna do this now? How am I going to solve this problem of needing people to record a certain, episode, because people were waiting. When is the next episode? When is the next episode? But because of the fact that my actors are not available, I couldn't record.
Yeah.
So I had to sit down and think, what am I gonna do now? This is when I had to, This is the same year which, I was matriculating. So 2022, we end the year off, 2023 starts. Everyone is going to school in 2023.
Yeah.
So it's January of 2023. This is where everyone is going to school.
Yeah.
And everyone is going to university. And I told my mom that I have this dream of basically telling stories and making a movie in a game. I told her that I have
it
this.
didn't make sense.
It didn't make sense to her.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense to anyone actually. Not just her. To my dad, but they still support it because what can they do? You know, if someone doesn't want to go to school and they want to do something, what can you do as a
So
parent?
I wanted to ask you a question. How did they feel after you? I get it. Like we met this year, right?
Yeah.
We met this year. I met you at TUT.
Yeah.
We're doing same course, right?
Yeah.
So and then you started deregistering. How did they feel about you deregistering
Okay.
after that?
Let me come there. Let me get to that first.
Okay.
So let me quickly tell the story, then I'll get to that point. So this is where in January of 2023, I basically sat down. My friends are going to university, and I have to think, what am I gonna do now with my life? You know, I want to fulfill this dream, but then it doesn't make sense at that point. So I kneeled down and prayed to God. I said, God, it seems like now my vision is blurry. I have this dream, yes, but now it seems like everyone is literally going in one path, but now I want to take this path, but nobody's really supporting me. God, what do I do? God speaks to you, man. Hey, that man upstairs, he can speak to you, that guy. He will speak to you.
Yeah.
I started doing my research, and then I found out that you can actually, record, a movie or whatever.
Through
You
the
can actually-
game.
not a movie necessarily. You can actually, control multiple characters in the game alone.
Okay.
But you need a PC. This is where I'm like, okay, I need a PC. What do I do?
Yeah.
25 February, order the PC. 1st of March, my PC is delivered. But this is where now everyone is.
When did you start this YouTube thing?
YouTube, I started in 2019.
Okay.
But I started officially in May of 2020. So 2019 is where I created my first ever channel, but I was never serious.
Oh, okay.
Where I got serious about YouTube was
20.
2020
Yeah.
May, COVID time. Just after COVID hit. So that's where I started. I'm like, yeah, now I'm going hard on YouTube. You know. So last year, February, March, got the PC, but I was never, I recorded one episode. It took me 3 weeks because I was still learning all of these things. I got to a point where it was hard to do all of that alone because you're recording an episode. Remember, in film, you have a director, you have a script writer, you have a producer, you have a whole lot of people on set. Think about it this way. Now, everyone's job on set, you're doing it alone. Although it's technical producing, yes, I'm still producing inside the game, but then still, you still need a script writer, you still need this, you still need that. I didn't have all of those things, and remember, I'm self-taught. I have to literally teach everything to myself. I can't literally, I don't know how you actually write a script. I don't know how you write this. I don't know anything. I'm still teaching myself. You know, so I produced my first ever episode of, not first ever episode, my second episode of The Pursuer. You can check it out on my YouTube channel, Black Driver Films. If you scroll down, you'll find it. The second episode of The Pursuer, that was my first ever recorded episode on a PC. My first episode of The Pursuer was recorded in GTA. So the other thing that the PC allowed me to do, I wanted to give like our local audience a feel of South Africa.
Mzansi,
You want Mzansi, you know. So what I did is that I started adding car mods, now you actually have control over the game. This is where I started learning how to code. So I'm learning all of these things at the same time until it got to a point whereby, but it was just too much because you're doing everyone's job on set, you're doing it alone. So I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do this anymore. And then I just started playing RP. So I lost. RP is basically a game whereby it's GTA, but then you play it like you played in real life. That game is so nice to a point whereby you can literally forget about your real life because you're basically playing and you are living your online life. that's the boring thing about RP. So that's the mistake which I made. I fell in love with RP so much, I got lost, and I forgot about my real life. I forgot about why I bought the PC and whatever. May of 2023 last year, my PC broke. Guess what? My PC broke on the same day that I started my YouTube channel in 2020.
Yeah.
So I started my YouTube channel on the 9th of May. My first ever YouTube channel that was monetized. I started it on the 9th of May 2020.
Okay.
My PC broke last year on the 9th of May 2023.
Wow.
I'm like, nah, man, wait. This has to be God in some way. This has to be God. And I never understood. Last year I didn't understand. Why is my PC breaking now? Why is all of this happening right now? You know? And then it got to a point whereby I said to myself, I don't know what's happening. Kneel down, I prayed, God, I don't know what's going on right now, but you lead the way. So it was under warranty. So I was waiting for my PC to literally, what's this, be fixed in 2-3 days, 5 days, you know, so that I can go back to what RP, which is what was distracting me from my vision. But my PC only came the next month on the 7th of June, on my dad's birthday. So when my PC came back, my PC was gone from the 9th of May to the 7th of June. That time period right there, it gave me the allowance, you know, it allowed me to basically do research, to basically reflect on my life, to basically look at my peers. What are my peers doing? You know, my peers are all studying, they're doing this, they're doing that. And ever since I've gotten this PC, I wanted to use this PC to fulfill my dream. What have I done with it? I've not done anything in my life with this PC. So it was God, basically. That PC, my PC breaking was the best thing to ever happen in my life. So that's
the first thought that came in your mind.
Yeah, bro.
Or like it's God.
It's God, bro.
Yeah.
But it didn't come in my mind at that when it broke. It only came in my mind when I started seeing success on my YouTube channel. I remember I was making from January to May. I was making about 200 per month. I didn't make anything above 300 from January to May last year. Okay. I was basically not even making the bare minimum.
So here's this question. A lot of YouTubers when they are starting out, like when they post their video, they promote their video. So here's the question: your first episode, did you sort of like promote it, or
I promoted it?
Okay.
But in a good way, because there's what I call good and bad promotion. I've been on the in the YouTube space for 5 years now. That's a lot. I'm not one to say that I know everything, but I do know something.
Experience.
I've experienced a lot of things. You know, I've grown a lot of YouTube channels just to show you that I do know something. I don't know everything, but just to show you that I do know something with the YouTube space. My YouTube channel that got monetized right now, I started it on the 23rd of October this year. 23rd of October.
That's
how many
crazy.
weeks ago?
That's crazy.
2 or 3 weeks ago.
And for some person, it only like takes about 2 years to monetize your account.
Exactly.
And you, October.
Like, that's crazy, it's about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We just hit 4,000 subscribers yesterday. On the second YouTube channel. You know, and what do you call it? My first YouTube video, I think it has, I don't know how many, 18,000 views, if I'm not mistaken. But I think my third video has like 26,000 views, if I'm not mistaken. You know? And why I say there's good and bad promotion is because YouTube, this is what I've learned. And this is just what do you call this? I don't know what I can call it, but this is just something which I basically told myself. I don't know if it's true. I don't know. It's not something which it's a study which was made or whatever. No, it's something that I just established for myself. YouTube, if I literally go and promote my YouTube channel to a point whereby I am promoting it, like I tell people, I'm sending you the link, you know, most of my views come from just me promoting it. it's bad promotion because and also here's another thing, not really bad promotion though. If you promote it in such a way that your people are watching it, YouTube is going to take whatever what's this content that YouTube is gonna say, okay, these people are watching this this video. Why are these people watching this video? Then they're gonna start experimenting themselves. If right now, for example, this video has 300 views, say your video right now has 300 views, and people don't understand, and YouTube wants to understand if this is just your people who are watching this video, or if anyone on YouTube can watch this video. What they do is that they send your video out to people, right? They'll send it out to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and we have what we call an audience retention. You must study analytics.
Okay.
Audience retention, basically.
Because that's what I wanted to ask. Analytics, because I'm just new in YouTube, right?
Analytics are your best friends if you're new.
Yeah.
Analytics. I saw you posted a status on your impressions. Impressions, basically what it means is YouTube is basically showing out your video to people.
Okay.
If you scroll to the right, you'll see it says click-through rate.
I want to. What is that?
Click-through rate, basically, it tells you out of those impressions, what's the percentage of people who have clicked on your video. So a good click-through rate to have is 7%.
Okay.
So I always try to keep my click-through rate on 7%. But as a smaller creator, even me, with 56,000 subscribers, when you post the video for the first time on YouTube, the audience retention tends to be high. For example, I'll post an episode right now. By the way, my episodes, no episode has less than 10,000 views. You know, it's always been something which I wanted with my episodes.
Yeah, because I always see 100 and something thousand views, and I'm like, this guy is. What is this guy doing?
So basically, what you do is you need to study your analytics. You need to know your analytics. So when I post an episode, you see right now, I already know if I post an episode right now, my impressions. I can open my phone right now actually. What's this? And show you. My impressions. Will be. Let me show you with one of my videos. My impressions will be, let's see my latest episode, episode 2 of season 4, right? We go to reach. You see I have 201,000 impressions. So I have a click-through rate of 7%, of 10.2%. A good click-through rate to have is what? 7%, which means I've exceeded that click-through rate by 3.2%. This is why it's so important to study analytics, to know what you're doing, you know? And also another thing, YouTube only wants 2 things from you as a creator. You know what they want?
What is that?
They just want you to keep viewers on the platform. They don't want anything else but you to keep viewers on the platform. On their platform, because that's how they make money. So if you are able, remember, for someone to click on your video, what do they need to see first?
The thumbnail.
That's where we come with the click-through rate. That thumbnail
needs to be eye-catching.
The impression is basically YouTube showing the video on someone's homepage, but it's up to you and your thumbnail to establish whether the person is gonna click on that video. And how you do that is through your thumbnail. So this 10.2% click-through rate is basically telling me that my click-through rate was good. If your click-through rate for your thumbnail is low, say Asity now your click-through rate is 2%, it's telling you that your thumbnail is bad. You need to change it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Then another thing with YouTube, once you've gotten someone to click on your video, what do you need right now? You need to keep them on the video, which is a metric which is in your analytics. It's right there. It tells you. Your analytics tell you everything you need to know.
True. How long a person is watching your video.
Audience retention right here. You see, it's in your video. You go to your video, analytics, audience retention. It tells you right there. What do you call this? My audience retention on this video was 50%. You know, a good percentage to have on your video for YouTube to establish that people are watching your video, the longer your video, obviously, the lower the audience retention. But a good, audience retention to have on a video, say about a city, maybe an average of 12, 13 minutes, or maybe 15 minutes. A good audience retention to have is about 45%.
Okay.
As you can see right here, my video has an audience retention of 50%. And how long is this video? This video is 15 minutes. You know, so it's one of those things whereby these are the two metrics. You, as a small YouTuber, focus on these ones. The other ones, they'll come after. But you'll see your 4,000 watch hours that you need to get, your 1,000 subscribers.
No, like as for mine, it's 3,000. I still have to reach 3,000 watch hours.
No, 3,000 watch hours. It's for what's this? It's unlocking the minimum. What's this? Connecting the minimum monetization thing is like. I don't think you have ads on that. I'm not sure. I'm not completely sure because I didn't see that with. Okay, I saw the 3,000 thing, but I didn't reach just 3,000 because I think I was on 2,800 watch hours. The next day I was on 4,100.
Yeah.
So I didn't actually get to see what sorry. I didn't actually get to see what do you call this? Like what are those what do you call this? Those things it opens up. So it opened up everything for me because there's 500 subscribers, or is it 1,000?
500, yeah.
Yeah, 500 subscribers and then
3,000 watch hours.
3,000 watch hours. But the actual, if you check your YouTube studio right now, if you scroll down more, it will show you there's also another one which shows 4,000 watch hours.
Oh yeah,
that's what opens up the ads on your YouTube
channel. Yeah.
So when you reach 3,000 watch hours, I don't think it's gonna open up ads, but it's going to open up super thanks, super donations, people with memberships, blah blah blah. But it won't open up ads. It will only open up ads when you get to 4,000 watch hours. I might be wrong, or I might have confused the two, but yeah, I'm just thinking about a lot of things at the current moment. But yeah, so last year when I got back my PC, now I'm focused. I'm what do you call this? I've got to a point whereby I've reflected on my life and saw that I haven't done anything with my life. The reason why I bought this PC, I want to make episodes. This is where I released my first trailer of GTA Mzansi, my first ever trailer. So me releasing this trailer, I released it I think on Youth Day, or a day after Youth Day. They call it Youth Day, ne? So on Youth Day or day after Youth Day, and it had this Sarafina song. I'm not sure, I forgot. But I posted it on TikTok. It went crazy. I think today, if I'm not mistaken, it has over 200,000 views on TikTok. I'm not sure. I'm not completely sure. But it has a lot of views. I just know that. So I saw one of the comments, people said, make this a series. Okay.
So people wanted more.
You know. People saw this as a trailer. And I feel like it was God telling me. He was talking to me that, hey, remember when you were talking to me in February, when you were in January or February, when you said you wanted to do this? Now he's basically telling me that, hey, this is what you wanted to do. Now it's the time to do that. This is why I believe in that Bible verse. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. So at that current moment, it was God telling me that now the time is right. You know, yes, you've played for a bit. You know, when I got my PC, I played for 2 or 3 months, but now the time is right. And I, the Lord, am here to make it happen. The 25th of June, I think, I released my first ever YouTube episode on GTA Mzansi. And I kid you not, I said on that day, I said it. My videos on YouTube, they never got like, I used to get like, I still have what's the screenshots I'm gonna show you. I used to get maybe 500 views after a month of posting. I kid you not. On that day, when I posted that episode, in the first minute, I said to myself, this video is gonna go viral.
Manifestation.
I said it. I literally watched
So,
it.
do you believe like manifestation works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
That thing works. So I said it to myself because that was the first time I watched my own video and I was proud. I'm like, damn, bro, did I make this?
Yeah.
I was so proud. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, this is gonna go viral. I posted it. After I posted it, I have a huge following on TikTok also. But at that time, I think I had around 107,000 followers on TikTok at that time. So, but TikTok was not really helping with my YouTube because people on TikTok,
when you tell them to
go on YouTube, they're lazy. So what I did is I told myself, I'm like, this is gonna go viral. This is content.
Yeah.
I posted it on my status. I posted it on my TikTok. I went live on TikTok. But it was one of those things whereby people never used to go on YouTube to watch my content. That day I saw people going to YouTube. They ran to YouTube.
Yeah.
Hey, they ran, Shem. And they watched my content. That was the first time in my life where I hit 1K views within 24 hours. My first time in my life. Today, like Driver Films doesn't, you can't pass, like, if I post an episode right now, we can't pass 24 hours without 10,000 views. So, from the first episode, we got 1K views in 24 hours. Today, Black Driver Films hits 10K views within 24 hours, which is crazy. You know? So, it's just been one of those things whereby you've just been working, you know, thing. So it got to a point whereby, like I said, I was making about 200 per month, 200, 300 per month for the first few months of the year. June's paycheck was not that big because of the fact that there was this, I posted my episode late on the 25th of June. But July it went crazy, especially because it was holidays. The first half, I think it was holidays, the first half of July. So people were watching my episodes like crazy, going viral.
Yeah.
So there's a way now, I was hitting a milestone, 1,000 subscribers every week. Which is something which was crazy. I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
So I just kept on posting, man. And for the first time in my life, my August paycheck, I'm like, damn, bro. I never got a paycheck with Black Driver Films before my episodes. I would get a paycheck maybe every 5 months. Because there's a threshold you need to reach. The threshold is 1,000 rand again. So you need to make a minimum of 1,000 rand before you can get paid.
Sure. Okay.
On YouTube.
Yeah.
If you don't make 1,000 rand, that means you don't get paid for the month. Ever since last year June, every month I've been getting paid.
Yeah.
Which is why I was able to live independently. So, but here's the thing: recording the episodes is still hard. So,
like in terms of what time? Or
no, everything you do on set.
Yeah.
With other
okay.
people.
Yeah.
I'm basically doing everything alone. And here's the thing: also you must remember, I'm also a TikTok streamer. We're crowned the biggest streamer on on TikTok.
Yeah.
We're even called on TV this year.
Yeah.
So
I saw that. Yeah.
I went on DSTV. Blah, blah. So it's one of those things where I'm pushing two things at the same time, and both of them are important. Both of these things are money makers. You know, they are the ones which help me put food on the table. But at this time last year, I was staying with my parents until February of this year. This is where my dad and my mom convinced me to go to school next year, which was this year. So they convinced me last year that I must go to school. So I wanted to study film because I loved film. But Black Driver already on social media is okay. I'm not saying Black Driver is big, but I've built a brand on Black Driver across social media. So already I've built this brand, and leaving it for school at the same time. It was hard. It was an ick, you know. But I got to a point whereby I was like, I'm gonna manage the two. February of this year, come to school, and the first month already, black driver is a full-time thing. It's like a full-time job, but it's a full-time job and a half. Black driver. School is also full-time.
True.
How do you manage two things that are full-time alone? I slept at 2 a.m. in the morning. I woke up at 6 a.m. I only slept for 4 hours. We've got assignments. The year has not even started like that. Those small assignments, I couldn't finish them. I had episodes to record also. I had to go live. I have to do this, I have to do that. There's no human in this world that will manage those two things. I'm telling you, it's impossible. I tried myself. I'm like, It got to a point whereby one day I was sitting on my bed. I had 3 assignments to complete, I think. It was sound, it was this, it was that. I'm like, remember that assignment we had, I think in cinematography, where we had to go around letters of nature.
That one,
You have to basically take pictures of any letter you find in nature. I'm like, where am I gonna find the time to go and do this? Sound, I have to do that. It was just too much. I got on my bed, I'm like, no. No way. There's no way
this thing.
I'm gonna manage 2. I have to choose one. Question is, which one do I choose? Because school, I started it one month ago. Black driver, I've been doing this thing. I started it from the ground. I grew with black driver from what it used to be to what it is now. Which one am I gonna take out of the 2? Am I gonna take something which I started a month ago, or something that I've been working and grew from the ground up to this point? Which one am I gonna take? I never found myself going on my knees and talking to God. I'm like, hey, I don't know, but show me the way. I don't know, but show me the way. If possible, help me manage the 2, but if I can't, help me. I went to school, I came back the next day. It was not working out. I picked up my phone and I wrote a paragraph to my mom. I copied the same paragraph, sent it to my dad. My mom told me that, so this was the question you're asking, how did they feel about me deregistering? My mom told me that she supports me and she appreciates the fact that I tried going to school, blah, 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 and everything. But there are other students out there who also are at school, they are struggling mentally, and instead of telling their parents that they are struggling, what they do is that they end up
taking their life.
So my mom told me that she rather have her child come back home to her and stay under her roof than having me come back in a casket. So that I found that comforting. I'll never forget those words. My dad on the other side, my dad, what do you call this? He felt disappointed. He was very disappointed because my dad has always been the one who's been supporting me from day one. When I started my first YouTube channel, I started it in May. In June, he bought me a phone so that I can record content, because what I used to do, I wanted to record content so bad to a point whereby my phone was not good at the time, but I still wanted to record content. I used to borrow people's phones. Hey, can I borrow your phone? Hey, can I borrow your phone? My dad saw that I was struggling. As a father, he bought me a phone, which is why I gave props to him. He's been there from day one. My dad has always been supporting. But when I said I'm deregistering, that man was disappointed in me so much.
And then how did you feel?
I felt like a failure, bro. I felt like, damn, bro, I'm supporting the man who supports me. I'm disappointing the man who supports me every way he can. And all he asked from me is for me to do this. I felt disappointed. I'm like, bro, what am I doing with my life? Why are you doing this? Like, bro, why are you doing this to your dad, bro? And I asked myself though, but am I doing this for my dad or am I doing this for me?
Yeah.
Because if I'm doing it for my dad, then I'm not gonna be happy. But if I'm doing it for me, if I'm on my deathbed in a few years, I can say I'm happy that I lived my life. And I can say I tried to make my parents proud. Not to say I made my parents happy, but I was never happy. I didn't want that. So my dad accepted at some point that, hey, this is how it is. But came with the condition that if you're not going to school, Baba, you're gonna be independent, Bafu. So that was the question he asked me.
Yeah.
If you're leaving school right now, you're gonna be independent. So are you ready for it? And I said to myself, yes, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I was not sure though.
Yeah.
But I said, yes, I'm ready. Yo. I said, yes, I'm ready. Yo. Independence, my brother. Ha.
Yo.
From that day, that's when you know, no. It will chow you. But I worked hard, and I never failed at whatever I was doing, which is what helped me to survive to this day. So ever since, from that day to this day, I've just been, thing. So I dropped out around March, like the 1st of March, 2nd of March, 3rd of March, I don't know when. My brother's birthday was on the 23rd of March, the same month. Just to show my mom and my dad that, hey, I still got this. I bought my little brother an Xbox and an iPhone for his birthday. Same day, Xbox and an iPhone. I remember my dad saying, hey, okay, we see the future now, we see the future. Then my dad was proud, my mom was proud, my aunties were proud, they were all happy, And from that day, I've been supporting whatever I'm doing until it got to a point where in May, I was called to DSTV. My dad was proud. He's like, that's my son. My mom was proud. Everyone was proud. That, hey, what the hell? TV.
Yeah.
My dad went to tell everyone that my son.
But it was Playroom channel, ne? Playroom. Yeah. I know that channel.
My dad went to tell everyone that that I'm on TV.
Yeah, they were posting for sure.
I
know how parents are. Yeah.
And my dad couldn't believe it because he always thought that decision I was making was the worst decision of my life. Look, I'm not saying that I don't want to go to school. I'm going to go to school. But at this current moment, it's impossible for me to go to school because I'm running a company, I'm running Black Driver Films, I'm running Black Driver across social media. And it's one of those things whereby it's pretty much impossible to run a company and do all of these things alone, and have school. So I want to go to school once I've basically gotten people to run my YouTube channels and whatever, and I can pay them.
Okay.
I do have people who I'm currently paying right now to do certain things. They are employed under Black Driver Films. But it's one of those things whereby the big things which I'm supposed to be doing, I want them to do those things. Then I don't have any, like I can basically wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
If I want to take 1 month off, I can take 1 month off, but it won't affect my business. If I get to that point, then I will go back to school. But I won't go back to school full time. I'm gonna go back to school part time because Black Driver Films will still need my attention. So it's one of those things whereby I still want to go back to school. It's not one of those things I've given up on school. Me deregistering from school was not because of the fact that I wanted to deregister. It was because of the fact that my time was being consumed by two things which needed attention, which needed time. That's why I deregistered. So this year, when was it? October this year, we registered the company Black Driver Films. And then I'm the owner of Black Driver Films.
So how do you feel since you registered?
Ever since I
Because this is
raised,
a huge milestone.
it was one of those things whereby I couldn't believe it. I'm
Yeah.
like, company at 20 years old, bro.
Bruh, like, yeah.
How do you own a company? Because
Yeah.
I'm not 21, I'm not 22, I'm not 23, 24.
Yeah.
No, I'm 20 years, bro. I'm 20 years, I'm living independently.
Bruh.
Company,
Yeah.
TikTok channel. So my handles, what do you call this? My second YouTube channel is called Madanunu Shelby, 4,000 subscribers. Main YouTube channel, 56,000 subscribers, called Black Driver Films. My YouTube, my TikTok, Black Driver. We go live on there every single day if I get a chance. Black Driver has 230,000 followers, and basically that is us. On what do you call it, across social media.
So
Then
here's another question. I'm sorry, Ne.
Ah.
So like, have you ever faced criticism in YouTube?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Multiple times. But it's
And
not
then-
about the criticism, it's about what you do with it. Because there is criticism that is,
Like bad criticism.
yeah, bad,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
there's constructive.
Yeah, and then how did you deal with bad criticism?
I basically read that comment because someone will say something that is actually affecting you, but he's saying it in a bad way. So I'll delete your comment or I'll hide you from my YouTube channel. I don't want to hear your comments anymore. But I'll still take whatever you said into consideration and help and use it to
Oh,
improve,
yeah.
you know. And then there's those people who will just criticize your content and say, okay, this is nice, but do this more, you know, which is what helped me. You know, it helped me build. And then in terms of hate, I've received a lot of hate. I receive hate every day actually, especially on live
is it?
streams. I go live. I'm the biggest streamer in South Africa on TikTok, game
Yeah.
streamer.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
not-
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What do you
Okay.
call this? I'm the biggest on
Yeah.
TikTok. You can ask anyone, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about also the people who think, like, I'm talking about mainly someone who grew in gaming. I'm not talking about you, an artist.
Yeah.
Say for example, Nasty C. Nasty C, he's an artist. He makes music. Then he starts playing GTA, for example. Then he's a streamer. You know. Then he's big. Even those types of people, I'm still bigger than them in terms of numbers. I'm not talking
Yeah.
about in terms of followers.
Yeah.
The biggest people that you might think of, they play with me,
Yeah.
but I still get more numbers than them. So I'm the biggest stream. Like, I'm not talking about like, I'm talking about everyone on TikTok. I exceed their number. Like, my numbers are a thing. Like, we get about, we average 500 to 800 views average. But then at our peak we go up to 1k views, 1.1k, you know. When the live starts, we'll have over 200, 300, you know, then it grows to our average. Then yeah, we're basically averaging between 500 and 800 views per night.
Yeah.
So yeah, then at the end of the live, depends how long you're live though, we'll get about 20 to 40,000, 20 to 50,000 views depending on how long you're live. So yeah, that's pretty much it on TikTok.
So like, in terms of relationships, I know that you're a content creator, ne?
Yeah.
And have you ever been in a relationship, like a serious relationship, and how did you deal with your relationship in terms of time?
It's all about finding someone whose goals align with yours. Because think about it this way. If you right now are going to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't understand you or whatever, not just understanding, because even if you understand someone, you also need time in the relationship. It's one of those things whereby you have to find someone who, what do you call this?
Respect your work.
Who respects your work, but at the same time you have to give them time.
Yeah, true.
You know.
True.
So my relationships, how I go about it, I will make sure that I'm calling, what do you call this? Okay, not just relationships in terms of dating life. I'm talking about relationships in terms of a family, you know, brother, mother, you know. It's hard to maintain them because of the fact that you're always busy. But at the same time, I try to Yeah, I try to. Then in terms of dating life, it's one of those things you just have to find someone who's going to try and understand where you're coming from, and also you from your side, you need to give them time. You know, you need to also take out time from your schedule, give them the time, because at the end of the day, if you're not going to give them the time, they're going to find someone else. You know, that's how it is.
Okay. Nah, man, I heard your story, and all I can say is you're one of the people who really inspire me in terms of like YouTube, you know, as an upcoming YouTuber.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, you're so focused. I like it.
The only advice I can give you,
yeah,
in terms of YouTube, there's a search bar there on YouTube. Use it. Search. If you don't want to know why are my thumbnails not being clicked on.
Yeah.
And another thing also, I saw your thumbnails. I don't want to say it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. You
whatever, can. Yeah.
But I wanted to tell you straight or face to face.
Okay.
I saw you put the name of the podcast in the thumbnail like that. I'd suggest you not to, because already, let me show you something. Already when you go on YouTube right now, it shows you what do you call this?
Yeah.
You see here, MacG's video. It already shows me MacG's podcast. It shows me his YouTube channel name, Rodwave. It shows me Rodwave's name. Ghost Club. It shows me Ghost Club's name. You don't have to put it in the.
And then that's why I decided to change some of the thumbnails.
Yeah.
And try to,
And also another thing is not putting too much text in the thumbnail. Because if you put too much text in the thumbnail is just there to attract someone.
Yeah,
like,
true.
It's there to base. Let me tell you what a thumbnail is for. Cause curiosity in such a way that after they see the thumbnail, they want to read the title. Because some people don't even read the title. They just look at the thumbnail, they scroll. If your thumbnail doesn't look good, they scroll.
Yeah.
It's simple as that.
Yeah,
so
true.
your thumbnail is supposed to cause enough curiosity, or you must study this thing, man. You must go on YouTube. It's been long since I last studied it. I have to also go do my research again, because the algorithm changes. It stays the same, but it changes
every year. And
just a bit, it changes, you know. So I also need to go do more research. So with my thumbnails, it's either you have what do you call this? Okay, with thumbnails for Black Driver films, my thumbnails are pretty much almost the same, all of them. I just do the same thing over and over, just copy the same formula. Like it's just a car or a person, they are standing in front of the car, done.
4K ultra
4K ultra wide. So that 4K ultra wide is already telling the person that, okay, 4K on this video is thing. But on a phone, I don't think you can watch in 4K. You need to go on your, either on your PC or on a TV to watch in 4K. So there's just a whole lot of things. Study those things, man. YouTube is free. You're not paying for anything. You can literally study from YouTube the same way you're going to school to study something.
True.
I've learned those things in over 5 years without even paying a cent for them. The only thing I paid for is data.